Hello everyone. Today is day 3. I'm building a brand for my. Don't know whether it's day 3 or day 4, but it doesn't matter actually, because I am trying to build my brand. When it comes to freelancing business, it's sort of like difficult to imagine how you would build a brand. Because when you think of brands, you're thinking about this and that and this and that, all the logos. So it's not wrong to think about logos when you think about brands, but it's more than that because logo is just a visual representation of all things contained from the brand. So when you're thinking about Starbucks, you're thinking about the exactly the same, renovation, just the interior design. The coffee may be the same. Some people dislike Starbucks coffee. Well, I have a really good friend who hates Starbucks or prefer independent coffee shops. I don't see any differences, to be honest. Or McDonald's, you can imagine if you go to anywhere in the world, if there is McDonald's and then the food quality and the food taste are the same or similar, roughly. Because I know the McDonald's in Hong Kong is tastes different from McDonald's in China. But anyway, I'm trying to say when it comes to freelancing business, the first thing is you need to think about you are the brand. So what you present to your clients, very important. I do see people like setting up business and put your names out, and then you hopefully the clients will come to you. It's not that case. I think the brand you are building is contain your values, contain how you perceive, how others perceive you. I've been working in the IT for 5 years now, so I'm really sure people will choose to work with someone a better teamwork and give you energy. I think this is kind of I would call it experience. So whenever people work with me, I always really energetic and I want to give the best experience people who work with me, because I believe at the end of the day, it's all about emotional connection. So I've been working in the UK for 5 years, and of course, there's an upside down, and economy is not doing well. COVID, visa problem. I have visa problem for a long time, but then I always make sure people who work with me, they're happy, they're satisfied, they love to work with me again. Of course, sometimes I do have my own shortcomings, so I have a lot of limiting belief. Sort of, when I try to do something, I'm like, can I do that? Can I not do that? So one of the things I do need to improve is me as a person to deliver work. So one of the things I had to kind of need to grow in more is preventing procrastination and really have a focus deep work. And I notice the planning is really important. I have a really hard time to do review because I really don't like doing review of my week, of my day. But I think if I can achieve that, I will succeed way faster early on. And I'm not quite sure how would I do so, but I'm thinking I need to do that. And this is something I have been trying to tell myself I need to work on it. So anyway, so when it comes to brand building, you might thinking about, all right, I need to do it myself and sitting at the desk for many hours and thinking about, okay, what can I do? And then you're thinking about something, maybe ask ChatGPT now. Nowadays people just ask AI, but as AI generate the things are all similar. And then also when you continue to talk to AI, sometimes the long conversation might give you a delusion, and then you lost judgment how whether it's good or not, because this isn't how I work. I think I prefer to work it slowly, iteratively, and like I can come up with something, then I will see what the data telling me. For example, if I change something on my LinkedIn headline, I like to see, okay, on this day and 2 weeks later, whether I get more people inbound message or ask me more questions. So that I would know whether my keyword selection was correct. But even before doing that, I recently learning a design because I'm not really good at design. Especially, I hate all AI generated design because it all looks rubbish. So right now, I have been talking with one of my good friends who is a very good designer, and I prefer one-on-one mentoring this kind of, because you can talk about what you need to do, what you want to do, and then he taught me how to learn from other people's design, because sometimes when you see the really good design on the website, it usually is working right now, otherwise people will not put it out. Maybe they don't know what they're doing, but it's okay, that gives you something to continue. So the first step for me is not banging my head on the wall and thinking about, okay, what keywords I should come up with. So the first thing I did, I will going to show you later. The first thing I did was to go to LinkedIn and search AI engineer, this keyword, and then see what it comes out. And I like to see what current AI engineer who get hired from by the company and how they been working in this domain, what qualification they had. It's because I'm a software engineer, but I still need to do some work to be able to get there. So the first thing I would search, and as everyone would do, just open a bunch of tabs. But what I'm not doing is just open a bunch of tabs and then look through it one by one and done. So what I'm doing, I put everything inside the Canva, and I want to take out some of the keywords, like kind of like evaluate each profile of the search results, so I can learn from them, even just copy them, not copy them by like I don't know what I'm doing. As if I spot on gaps, I can make a plan to do something with it. I think that's a better way. You just kind of watching a tutorial and accept whatever is taken, because I think a lot of time the project has to be associated with the company. So if I look for all the AI engineers right now, and then I see what qualification they are having and what companies they are supporting, they are working for, because usually they would write detailed description of their jobs, of their work. Especially, it's not like current job, it's like the last job, because they want to find a better job. So when they left the last job, they were going to write more details about everything they're doing. So once I've done that, then I have a kind of a sense, like a landscape of this AI engineer thing. You don't need to all the AI engineer, because I used to do data science. I'm data scientist. So not that kind of, do all of the coding part. I'm more like a statistic data scientist. So usually you can make some prediction, like following all the trends. Even you can calculate the frequency. I've been looking at a terminology called vector DB. So you can calculate how many times people mention these things, and then you can realize that's an important part of a skills you need to build. Or even at the moment, I'm also building a game with 42 students as a final project. I've been working as a 42 student for like almost 3 years now. I really want to get it done. But at the same time, I think I can use that as my opportunity to even build like an AI engineer stuff, putting some AI engineer perspective. So this is something I kind of enjoying working on, but at the same time, I do have the needs. I need to quickly generate income because I need to go back to UK. So one of the things that have been in my mind, I have to go back to UK and I have to pay rent and food and then all the accommodation stuff and all cost of living. But I like to show you what I've been working on. Okay, so I've been saying this is kind of um, way I'm doing it, which is you just search AI engineer and you look at some good profile and then you have a look at them. For example, I think there's one quite impressive. I think it was this one was a lot of you can see that like you seems like you do a lot of work and I like to kind of decompose your working experience and then you kind of combine all of the things together to be able to, like for example, oh okay, this person I think is Asian, and then you can see, oh 2018 they he she did it like build your own chatbot. It was before ChatGPT, so like a pretty impressive portfolio. And then I haven't seen the website yet, so I'm gonna digging out a bit more, see what's out there, what's not there, and then I can change my profile, and then I can start from there. So I think the brand is like you can see how people present themselves, and then pretty much is the similar logic, and then you can do it in your way. And I think the most important thing is you learn from people, you pick up them. It's like you do some innovation because not others believe you will believe what other people's believe. So it's also good to see this space is like thriving, and then you confirm, okay, this is what you the direction you are picking. So at the moment, I'm all in AI, and I do love it to understand what I needed to succeed.